Namaskar students. In this video I am going to explain the practical programs of class 11 for if-else Python exercises. This I have uploaded few days before on my blog website, so you can check. I will provide this link in description. Myself Sanjay Parmar, I welcome you all in my channel Tutorial AICS IP. So here we begin. The first program, check the given number is odd or even. That is the first program. The complete definition should like this. Write a program to check the given number is odd or even. So here I have written the code. I am just going to explain simply. First I have created one function. Now in this function we can create any name. You can use any name that I have already explained in practical part, that you can watch the video. I will provide you that particular video in I button also, so that also you can watch. So odd even, then n equal to integer, input, enter any number. Then here we have used the relational operator, that is not equal to, because first I am going to check number is odd or not. So that is I have written over here. So if n module by 2, module operator, as you know, it is just returning the remainder when we are dividing a number with any divisor. So here it is showing the remainder, and if the remainder is not 0, then number is odd, otherwise the number is even. So here I have used if else and just printed the output. So like that you can check odd or even number. There are only two possibilities, either number is odd, either number is even. So that's why we are using if else. Now the next program is check the given number is positive, negative or 0. Here also you can compare like that. The number is positive, negative or 0. That means when the number will be positive, so if the number greater than 0, that is considered as positive. When it is negative, when the number is less than 0, then it is considered as negative, and 0, otherwise 0. So here we have three possibilities. First, either number is positive or negative or 0. So I have used if, elif, then else. So just whenever you have such type of program, you have to think about that, how it can be performed, or what are the possibilities in that program, that you have to check, and you can write the code accordingly. So if or else will be used accordingly. The next program, here you can see, to check the given number is of 1 digited or 2 digited or 3 digited or more than 3 digited. So here we are going to check the number is 1 digited. Second possibility is number is 2 digited. Third possibility is number is 3 digit number or more than 3 digit number. So here we have 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 possibilities. So that we will extend the if, elif, else, like that. So here you can see how we can decide that number is 1 digited. So if the number is greater than 0 and number is less than 10, then it is called 1 digit number. So here the message will be provided, print 1 digit number. Similarly, next possibility, elif, n greater than 10 to 100. 10 to 100, all numbers are 2 digit numbers. So that's why elif, n greater than and n less than 100. N greater than 10, n less than 100. Third possibility, 100 to 1000. So any series you want to provide or any range you want to provide, you have to write like this. If and elif as per your program's requirement, then you can write n greater than, and then next is less than, and in between you can use AND operator. This is relational operator. Then last possibility, that is else. If nothing is evaluates true, then it evaluates the else block. So that's why more than 3 digit number will be there. So this way it will give you the output for checking that program. Now the next program, I am not showing you output because programs are more, 20 programs are there. So that's why I am explaining directly. You can execute this code, and if you are getting any problem or anything, you can comment here in comment section. So I will reply you whatever your doubts are there, or whatever error you are getting, I will solve in comment section. So comment after executing this code. Okay. The next is enter number is smallest 4 digit number. Now how we can decide that smallest 4 digit number? So smallest 4 digit number if number is 1000, then the 1000 is smallest 4-digit number, we know very well. So that's why I have written directly the value and this operator equal to. Okay, so n is smallest digit number, otherwise n is not a smallest digit number, smallest 4-digit number. So like that you can check. So here it is equal to operator, that is one more time it is relational operator. Then check the given number, given character is an uppercase letter or lowercase letter or a digit or a special character. In this program we are going to check the character which is uppercase, lowercase or special character or digit. So here also there are 4 possibilities. So if, alif and last one is else is used. So alif used 2 times, then if, then else. So first we need to input a character. So that's why I have taken variable ch, input, enter a character to check. So that whatever character we are entering, that will be checked. Now whenever you want to check that particular character, so we have one function, that is ORD. So that will convert your character into ASCII code. So this is ASCII code. By this we can identify the particular letter, digit, symbol, anything in ASCII table. So it is very simple. That ASCII form and all, that post you will get on my blog. There also you can check class 11 section, you will get that. Okay, that link also I will provide in description. So you can go and check what is ASCII and how it is working. So here ORD function convert your character into ASCII code. So I have written ASCII code. You can write in this manner also, ORD or without ORD, ch greater than equal to 65, but it should be converted into A to Z. So here capital A to Z, it is coming between 65 to 90. So that will be capital letter. So the character ch is an uppercase letter. Similarly, alif, ORD, second series is 97 to 122. That is for small letters, or we can say lowercase letters, small a to z. So that's why I have written 97 to 122, and that is one range. As I have explained, one range will be implemented in this manner. Similarly, numbers ranging from 48 to 57. So that's why it is written over here, alif, ORD, ch greater than 48, then this. And last one, else. If nothing is there, then the character can be considered as a special character. If you want to check the space, then the ASCII value for the space is 32. So that also you can include here if it is space or not. Rest all the characters can be considered as special characters. Now next, check the given year is leap year or not. Here simply which year can be leap year, which can be divided by 4, means every 4th year. Then 100th year will be not considered as leap year, and 400th year can be considered as leap year. So that's why this logic I have inserted over here. If year moduled by 4 equal to 0 and year moduled by 100 not equal to 0, or year moduled by 100 equal to 0, then that is considered as a leap year. Otherwise it is considered as a not a leap year. So that I have explained, I have written over here. Okay, so this way you can do the program in short code. If nested if also you can use in this program, so that can be useful. So just write in comment the code how you can use this program, or how you can write this program using nested if. So if you know, write the code in comment section. The next program is the given number is divisible by 5 or not. This is also a little bit similar like odd or even number. So it is very simple. And moduled by 5 equal to 0, that is divisible by 5, else not divisible by 5. Now checking, find the maximum number of given 3. Given 3 number means first number can be max than number 2 and number 3. Similarly, second number can be max than number 1 and number 3. Similarly, number 3 can be max than number 1 and number 2. So that logic I have used over here. It is very simple. Second is find minimum number, that you have to do yourself. That also you can post in comment section how it can be written to find minimum number. Now this program, it is something related to maths. So here check 3 triangle, read 3 positive numbers A, B, C and determines whether they can form three sides of a triangle or not. So simply here I have used A equal to enter number 1, B enter number 2, C enter number 3. Then how it can be considered as it can form a triangle or not. So first A plus B should be less than C, or B plus C should be less than equal to A, or C plus A less than equal to B. So this is one condition. So we have three sides A, B, C. So first A plus B, it is less than equal to C, then it will form a three sides, it will form a triangle, that we can consider like that. So it can form the triangle if this condition not satisfied, otherwise it will form a triangle. So like that. Then whether the triangle will be obtuse angle or right angle or acute angle, so that we can find out like this. We need to find the square. So here I have written this operator, that is exponential operator, and it performs the power. So it returns the power of the given number. So that's why square and 2 is written over here. Then this is the condition. If square A equal to square A plus square B equal to square A plus square C, or square C equal to square A plus square B, then it is considered as right angle triangle. Similarly, square A greater than square C plus square B, or square B greater than square A plus square C, or square C greater than square A plus square B, then it is obtuse angle triangle. Now only one possibility is remaining, that is acute angle triangle. So this way you can write this program. You just do this program in Python and then execute the code. The next is, if the triangle is an acute angle, determine further whether triangle is equilateral, isosceles or scalene. So that also you can do in this manner. It is very simple. If all sides are equal, then it is considered as equilateral. If any two, like A equal to B, B equal to C, or C equal to A, then it is known as isosceles triangle, otherwise scalene triangle. Then this program, which is application based, a toy vendor supplies three types of toys: battery based, key based and electrical charging based toys. The vendor gives a discount of 10% on order for battery based for toys if the order is more than rupees 1000. On orders more than rupees 100 for key based toys, a discount of 5% is given, and a discount of 10% is given on order for electrical charging based toys of value more than rupees 500. Assume that the numeric codes 1, 2, 3 are used for battery based toys, key based toys and electrical charging based toys respectively. Write a program that reads the product code and the order amount and prints the net amount that customer is required to pay after the discount. So here we have assigned three code, 1, 2, 3. So for that reason I have created one menu for battery based, for key based and for electric charging based. After that, one option is taken to accept the input value, either 1, 2 or 3. After that, amount equal to enter input, enter the amount. Then amount is also asked to enter. So now when user enter the amount, it will come in this manner: option equal to 1, amount greater than 1000, then 10% discount should be given, otherwise 0. Similarly, if option is 2, that is for key based toys, amount is greater than 100, 5% discount will be given. Similarly, for electric charging based toys, option number 3, if amount is more than 500, then 10% discount will be given. Otherwise, if someone enters any other codes, then it should not accept any other code, and it should reflect product is not available. Means only 3 product codes we have, so only that products are available with the shopkeeper. So like that. And finally, bill amount is considered like this: amount minus discount, and it is printed over here. Now this is also very simple, so it's no need to explain. Here only simple function is there, so that you can just understand by yourself. Next, write a program to do the following operation. This is also very simple. Like I have created this menu and I have explained, and I have written the code how to use it. So that also you can go for menu driven program. One video I have already uploaded that you can consider for this. It is little bit similar like that. So let me move ahead. The Paschim Bij Gujarat Company Limited computes the electricity bill based on the following matrix. So here the matrix is given. like 0 to 100, 50 paisa, 100 to 200, rupees 50 plus rupees 1 per unit over 100 unit. Means if the unit is 102, then up to 150 rupees will be there. Then for 2 units, 1 rupee will be charged. So like that condition is given, then you can use in this manner. I have just entered PMR, CMR, past meter reading, current meter reading, and UC equal to CMR minus PMR. UC means units consumed, that is current meter reading minus past meter reading. Then UC greater than 0, UC less than equal to 100. Bill amount should be like this. After that, bill amount should be 50 plus UC minus 100. So this will extract the total number of units which are exceeds more than 100. Then it should be calculated with 1. Similarly, here also I have done, and here also I have done. Then the 17th program, it is also similar like that. We have to apply some codes for this. So here I have applied SHPT like that. So for that we can use S, capital P and capital T. So you do this program, you can understand how it can be done. Okay, because here OPT equal to S means first S will be there. So here SH I have written by mistake. So remove this SH, then use only S. So if user enters any capital S or small s, it will calculate the discount according to the given table. Similarly, I have used nested if over here. So you can use this program for your practical records. So the similar programs are explained over here also. If you are not getting anything, you can comment over here. I will explain through the comments. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like my videos, hit the like button, share with your friends, and ask your doubt in comments. Thank you for watching this video. Keep watching, keep learning. And if you are coming to my channel first time, don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell notification icon to get notified.